comes but once in a lifetime. It's the Youth Cafe with Thabiso Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m.
Ulapa, 92.1. More talk, more music.
Emotionally and Physically in Sync is brought to you by Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, MySec, and Botswana National Youth Council, BNYC.
Alright, so DUMA FM, more talk, more music, 11 minutes after 1. That's on Emotionally and Physically in Sync. Hello, TDM Wyllie.
Hello, Thabiso.
Welcome back. Welcome
Yes,
back.
it's good to be back, but it's cold.
Hey, I want to rock what I'm doing. Pewe, I can't level like a bonnie. Bare body shima rona baraparang size 28. Lona stay home. But how can I stay home?
Yeah, that's true. You ought to earn a living.
Yeah.
So you can stay home.
Anyway, thank you so much, Wyllie, for being here today and for taking us on the other on today's episode. Week 7, emotionally and physically in sync. Let's begin the communication skills. What about a didimetse a sa buise le gore se mo mahatleng a gago next kgantelenyana wena ga o ithaore sengwe le sengwe se siame o tswa gote ba itse nna kana Thabiso wa mpalla but thing ga o communicate
o ithaore dilo tsotlhe di siame kgantele o itwa gote Thabiso o ithetswe a ikaleditsa ka gore tota ga ka nna le tšhono ya gore a buantse se se mo mahatleng a gagwe o go nnile le kgwetho ya gore ga le ka go bua go sena o reetsa so that's why gompieko Kana listening is part of communication.
Yes.
It's a skill. It's a competency. It's equally part of emotional intelligence. You cannot have a situation where people are just talking and nobody's listening, or those who are listening are not given the opportunity to be able to say how they feel about what is being said. So,
so are simolle hela gone go ona nkotsa ntlha e leng gore botlhokwa e leng gore a bontsi ba nako re expecta gore re nehela re bua hela mme re sa batle go reetsa mme go reetsa ke sengwe se leng gore se botlhokwa means it forms part and parcel of communication. So without wasting any time re bua ka yone mehuta ya go reetsa
ga o tsaya le go kolonele hela le go reetsa kana gona le passive listening le active listening. Mme ga re simole hela ka go tsaya le go kolone ya go te listen. Re be ke re ka lone hela ga re le lebella le khona go nela mehuta e harongane ya go reetsa. Different types of listening. When we take the listen, the word elf in the listen, it's leisure listening. There is a type of listening which is all about leisure, the kind of coffee shop talk where we just go into Fago and we are just hanging out and we are having our coffee and it's a friend with a friend or it's friends or it's families. The type of listening that is used there is just for leisure, where you can talk about anything and about nothing sometimes. You can be talking about soccer, you can be talking about what's going on in the world, you can be talking about Corona and your own personal issues.
So basically,
not just magic. I mean, even
under casual setups.
Under casual setups. Family. If you take your family out to a place to hang out and to just talk, it's just casual talk, which is leisure talk. And then there is also information type of listening.
So it's an more letter I. I can repeat listen. LISTEN. So whatever L for leisure listening, then it's a more I information listening.
Whereby you are paying attention to detail, you are paying attention to facts, you are paying attention to figures, and you are paying attention for accessible you are sena labeling. Like yesterday, when the president was giving a national speech,
Yeah.
we were all listening because we wanted to get what?
Information. Yeah.
Ya gore go to go diragala eng go change eng ke se se tswelelang sentse ka sentse ke se se hetogileng ya kere
Ke feel gore one trigger ga o bua gore ka se se tswelelang sentse ka sentse. But anyway.
Oh, okay. The alcohol ban still remains. People were paying attention, for information to hear.
Yeah.
But the alcohol ban, is it still remaining or is it being lifted? So this is type of information listening. Is the type that students use in schools. You know, when the teacher is in front of them and presenting, whether they're doing it virtually or whatever, what they're listening to is content and important information which they know they're going to need when they write exams.
Insight tseno gore wa difa ke yone information listening.
What can I benefit from this? What information can I take away which can help me to grow? And then we move to the next letter. Spell and listen. What's the next letter?
The next letter LIS or S.
S. S for stylistic type of listening. For style, there are people who listen like this, using this particular type of listening, where they pay attention to deco, they pay attention to the surrounding they're in, they're paying attention to the furniture, the person is in front of them, and all they're doing is they're paying attention. I've seen somebody looking up in the sky, in the ceiling, looking everywhere. I've seen even baholo hela ba maemo ba le mo area ring eno gore go ga ba e tlwaela ba le ba all over. It's like they are paying attention to their environment, to detail in the surrounding, deco in particular. And therefore in tsere mo go yone stylistic, you can be presenting the Thabiso and maybe you're in front of the students or whatever, or the people you are talking to. What they're paying attention to is your brand you are wearing, the type of hair you have, the type of watch and you are wearing, the cologne and the aftershave you are wearing. They all are paying attention to that, and therefore they are bound to miss very critical, important information because they're assessing you and analyze you from head to toe. How about did you hear what I said? On tell gore ga ba utlwa le ha ile sepe bana ba bang ba dira lo le ko dikolo ga ka di bua ka dikolo di bulwana tishara wa hape le ga bone ba lebeletse go tishara go taka hairstyle efe o rwele sethako se go temang ke lebule kana ke brand, paying attention to the attire, is style. They're paying attention to style, and therefore the type of people who listen using that particular type of style can lose a lot of very, very critical information.
Awesome stuff. From S Rakoti, gore setse re buile ka leisure listening, L information listening, gore ke I, S ke stylistic listening, re tswa mo go no, re tsana mo go T.
Where it's a type of listening which is technical. Technical listening is mostly by people who are experts in their own field. Say you go and attend a seminar or a conference, a journalism, radio journalist or whatever, Thabiso, you'll be paying attention to the content that is being presented there because that is your field, that is your area of expertise. If you're a doctor, if you're a counselor, if you're a nurse or any other profession, when you attend seminars and conferences and you want to grow and to benefit, you are paying attention to that. Similarly, you are also paying attention to say motho a se presentang se na le boleng ka go ke field ya gago, ke expertise ya gago, ke ha o berekelang o ma mantswitswidi wa field ya go nna yalo, o mankge wa tiro ya go nna yalo gore o reditse mo go na le boleng gore what can help me grow, what can I take away, what is not quite right. If you are a muruti of the Bible and you study theology, you are paying attention to the preacher and finding mistakes at the same time. Say, but that scripture that's how you listen. You listen from the technical expertise point of view.
All right.
And then the next listening letter in listen is E. E standing for empathic or empathetic type of listening, where you are listening beyond what is being said. You are hearing more than the words that are being said. You are putting yourself in the position of the person that is speaking, that you are listening to. Maikutlo a gagwe o reetsa go hitisa se se buiwang, because ha motho a bua o itlhela gore go na le maikutlo mo teng. It's like when somebody is speaking and they are hurting and there is pain in there, or there is anger in there. As you are listening, you put yourself in their situation, you are able to understand the pain they're going through, the hurt they're going through. Like right now, people are losing relatives and loved ones. When they speak, these people, Baba Toka Haletswing, Guru Itzanya Moditakun Zahawe, Obo Kanahu, kutlo bothoko ya tsamaya mo go yone go gora gore khona go connecta sentelene le go reetsa sentelene. So re tsamaya mana go eleng gore batho ba tshwanetse gore ba reediwe ka gore a lot of people in our country, we are hurting. So we need this particular type of listening, empathetic or empathic type of listening, where we hear more than the words that are being said. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody is speaking to you, Thabiso, so umreditse, and o khona go utlwa mo mafokong a gagwe a buang gore go na le kutlo bothoko, gore go na le chakalo, gore go na le sadness, me ga gore I am sad. They're just narrating what they are going through, and from their tone, from their the pitch of the voice and everything else, you can detect and hear pain behind those words. And therefore the last part of type of listening is where the last letter is it's N, not listening. Listening, type of listening where there is no listening. Does it make sense? What he's saying. What is she saying? Because either you are there and you are pretending to be listening, or you are actually not listening. Because though physically you are there, you are not really listening. Or it may be not listening of a choice, where you choose not to hear what Thabiso is saying, because apparently what he's saying doesn't seem to gel or go well with what you believe or what you think, or you already dismissed him because you are doing stylistic listening. And then you dismiss listening only to lose important things, because if you are going to use stylistic listening, we'll end up not listening, because there is a saying that don't judge the book by its covers. How can you find that wow, there is awesome stuff that he's presenting, and this person what they're saying makes so much sense. So have you ever been there in a situation where am I being listened to?
It could mean a lot of things.
It could mean a lot of things.
It could mean gore pay attention kana otsa information e be ile gore sa se dirisang ka information yo it just fit the purpose and the information that was provided.
Could be listening, you are right, and yet doing nothing with the information that they are getting out of that. If I hear protect, safe, sanitize, social distance, and all this, because now there is an issue right now, crisis, COVID, and then I hear but I don't implement that, or I don't take that seriously, then it's equivalent to and then mehela wena Thabiso gore o dumela gore motho go reeditse ke ha o bona eng
motho ha nteditse ke ha gona le engagement first of all ke fila gape le gore motho tsentse re ga nteditse gore ke dumela gore motho nteditse ke ha responda in a way gore it's in line with the conversation gore I'm trying to put across.
Apart from that, eye contact. I get hati amathong. I get. Kore ha ka re tsena mo office ngo batla thuso, whether ke office ya gore or whatever. o batla thuso e rileng e be ile gore nna ke busy hela mo computer wa re dumela mma and I'm busy, I'm not even giving you my face ha ke go e sefatlhego ke busy hela mo computereng ya me o ke busy hela mo mogaleng as if ga ke bone gore motho eme ha o batla thuso. Will you feel gore tota wa ready wa thusiaga, you are being helped, you are being listened to? It's like even in meetings, if there is a meeting, for example, and people are busy on the phone, rather than listening to whether it's the director or whoever is presenting, will that person feel that they're being listened to?
No.
How will motsadi a ka re bua le ngwana ga go a ba le busy hela mo WhatsApp hela yana? Are you going to feel gore ngwana ga go go reditse?
Ma ile ha o ngakere mo bodroom nyana wa bontse o tsa di no itse gore okay Mr. Mothei a re te ke kwale
o kwala mo founung
ha go
but how is Mr. Mothei going to know for sure gore me gone tota ha o bana a ntse a le mo founung ya Thabiso gore o kwala mo kana di phone tsa mma di na le ha go tsaelwang di notes gore o kwala? Maybe better from the beginning say if you don't mind, say I'm going to be using my phone to be noting down as you are speaking. Go itsa gore di actions tsa gago ba di lebeletse ba ska ba dismissa ba conclude gore ga wa ba reetsa. Otherwise somebody can read the body language wrongly and reach a conclusion ya gore ga wa reetsa when in actual fact you are really listening.
Wyllie ya no nna kana no ka gore na ga ke na re ena hana gona le gore be ke ile gore ke the computer we have 3 computers in front of me
and you all have to
and
attend to them.
Operator maintain eye contact
you are multitasking. That is why you are sitting where you are sitting and I'm sitting this end of the table because I want to believe that when wa field why you pay attention to that, but at the same time I have to be aware there's no way you can always be eye contact nalo wena ka go di machine tse dintsi di tshipi tse dintsi tsa mokhankgara di parang di batla gore o di attend at the same time gape batho ba letsa akere ba batla go akgela gore le gone you ought to be noticing gore batho ba letsa ba batla go attend. So multitasking is also a skill. But if some people are not very good at multitasking, there can be a lot of harm and a lot of loss of missing very significant issues and important information that is critical. You ought to be very good at multitasking to be able to do that. Somebody once asked, in a foreign country, why are you guys all speaking all at the same time? Can't who's listening to who? I just had to say, well, it's a skill that I think we grew up with. We are able to hear each other and respond to each other. So, but we still have to improve in certain areas. Having said that, if you are listening out there and you happen to be, at times you feel like, how ready we hella more contact us, call us, and let us know, let us engage with it. What else can we do to improve on our listening? It's important for us to talk about this skill because sometimes until people talk about it, you may not be aware that there is a limitation in your part where listening is concerned. Having said that, we recently did a survey, put questions on SurveyMonkey, and we sampled out only 4 people out of that survey who responded to the questions that were assessing their listening skills. For how well do they listen? Only out there monana and saying listening le skill. As for it's important to also banana. Only out there and you do some of the things that we are going to highlight out here. If you are there, please call us and say, hey, that is me. That is so me. That is so like me. I do that. I find myself doing that. Do you find yourself, how often, for example, and to what extent? In the scale of 0 to 4.
4.
4 being 3 being ke dira yalo ka sewelo, 2 being nako tse dingwe, 1 being gantsinyana, or 0 being ke dira yalo nako tsotlhe malatsi otlhe ke ipona ke dira hela jaaka ga o bua jaaka. Re ba gone mo scale sone se.
So let's have this a questionnaire on the other side of DJ's Buare for a reason. Because I feel like they do happen for a reason. Let's have this conversation on the other side of DJ's Buare for a reason. It's taken from the album The Observer, Moduma FM, More Talk, More Music.
In a lifetime. It's the Youth Cafe with Thabiso Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m.
I'm so guilty of
Some of them.
some of these. I gotta listen.
DUMA FM SMS line 7628-1885. We're going back, taking you back on More Talk, More Music.
It's called For a Reason. DJ's Boom, Moduma FM, More Talk, More Music. Bring us to exactly 12:35. Our time on hashtag Youth Cafe. Emotionally and physically in sync is where you were. TDM Wyllie. We are talking about listening skills and how certain people tend to ignore kana ba ignora kana go re ba tshwana le nna ba kgona go multitaska
gongwe wa bo bua sengwe se se sa tsamaelaneng le se ba se dumelang mo go sone o se se tsamaelaneng le megopolo ya bone le maikutlo a bone because there are always reasons like abua everything happens for a reason. There are times that people just choose not to listen, not to hear you, not to pay attention because they may be having a lot of issues with what you are saying, the content. Maybe they have a problem with the message that is being said, or maybe they are going through certain challenges themselves and they may not be psychologically and mentally and physically ready to be hearing you. For example, and when I conversation, that person may not really hear you because they're paying more attention to we're talking anxiety, we're talking fear, stress related to COVID, and that also can impair people's listening. Having said that, we're saying, are you one of the people who do the following? For example, looking at the questionnaire that we had online.
Before we go there, I want to hit this by the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Culture Development, by National Youth Council. youth yoka plus youth counseling on air. So ga ile gore o monana ka ele ka go tsa go reditse le teng me o iphitlhela le gore o na le kgatelo ya maikutlo kana o batla tsa bogakolodi. You can kindly call the helpline between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. Megala ya bone ke 17270 17270. Dipotso di 10 ka kwa ke batla batho ba le 9 ba baletse mongwe le mongwe ra go mmotsa ya gagwe from the questionnaire.
Awesome.
Yeah, mongwe le mongwe ra go mmotsa ya gagwe. Yeah, na go ra gore ya me o wa ni mo go tsoe to make them 10.
Great.
35001313 35001331. I want you to call here. Ebe re na le questionnaire yena re dira mo phehong jano gore how often of these things do you do? We have a caller here. Duma FM dumelang? Duma. Shapuze. Thank you khonne. Dipotso di hana re ra go botsa potso e 1 e bo bua gore in a scale of 0 to 4 o dira guidance ena ga kae ne mabaidi o ka mo gakolla gore 4 ke eng 3 ke eng 2 ke eng
4 being almost never gore ga o go dira yalo 3 being seldom gore ka sewelo 2 being sometimes nako tse dingwe 1 being gantsinyana often and 0 being almost always ke dira yalo ka gantsi khapetsa or almost every day.
So potso e yang go e botsa o dira ke gore o etle o nne o akanye karabo motho a santse a bua gore wa go responda o reng o etle no o diri jalo when a scale of 0 to 4 ka sewelo
ka sewelo.
All right ke a leboga mkhone ke a leboga.
Thank you so much.
All right 35001313 35001331. Does that make him a good listener?
Okay. Almost always. Yeah, it makes him a good listener.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes a good listener because they are reversed in scoring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So ntlhabe ka potso maili pick tlhapa ngwe le ngwe hela from
okay Thabiso wena ke ta go botsa potso o khona go ke ta go botsa potso number 10.
Okay.
Do you finish people's sentences? Do you find yourself finishing people's sentences ba isi ba wele
gora gore ke a go ya 0 almost always.
You do that all the time?
Well,
there might be a reason.
Yes,
would you find
I get it
yourself
easy. Kanya na gore how ngwe okay, potso ya reng finish people's sentences for them. Lebaka le go le ke irang jalo ke gore ha ngwe ya bo ke dibile nako gore a re bue ka bona gore re hetse. Okay. Sa bobedi ha ngwe na gore gongwe ke se ke itse gore wa go bua ka gae.
How do you know what I'm going to be talking about? Did we discuss?
No, I can tell her context. Context.
You assume or you think this person wa go wela jana. Hora go wena. Number 10 yone. That other one where you assume number 2, where you assume that you think you know how people going to conclude. You both score number 4. You do that all the time or you do it seldom?
Seldom kana go ka sewelo.
Ka sewelo.
If yone ya number 10 ya gore ke
number 10
ke letsa nya tete ke dira ga ntsi tota yone
almost always. Okay, then now that you are aware, I know you say that is because of time. You are time conscious, so o batla gore bo mo ile ba bua ka speed ba wele o libile na go program ya hell, but you find yourself doing it even outside the radio where you are engaging with friends and with family.
Sometimes
Guilty as charged.
Give you a lot of more code. 35001313 35001331. How often do you do it? I do it saying what's up Hana. We have about 7 questions remaining again. All right.
Like some people have this habit of assuming that they know what the person is going to say, and therefore they completely switch off and stop listening. because ba ipolela ba itse gore wa go wela o reng. And then there are those who create the impression to be listening when in actual fact they're really not listening to you. Then there are those who just daydream. They're here, but their mind is elsewhere. But decide just to be elsewhere, somewhere else.
Yeah.
They just feel the conversation or the discussion is boring to them, so they just switch off by being absent-minded. And then there are those who listen only to what they want to hear. Blocking out everything else. If you are going to be talking to me about curfew, and then as soon as you say alcohol remains banned, I switch off the TV, I even go away. I lose the rest of the other arrangements.
Re tere mmotsa gongwe number 6 or 7 okay o tsamaile re a re solo hello ro tla letsa gape 3500131 3500131. We have we are survey gona on air gore re batla go tlhaloganya sentle gore re reetsa jang tota 3500131 3500131. Duma FM dumelang Duma shapuze dauti aga Douglas o tlile a kere gore di points tsa teng re di categorize tsa alright ke tlo go botsa potso number 6 Wyllie.
Potso number 6 Douglas ke gore u interrupt someone else whilst they are talking. Do you find yourself o tsena motho ganong a bua motho o bua le wena le bua ka sengwe? Do you find yourself o tsena motho ganong e ka tswa ile mohumagadi wa gago ngwana gago batho go tirong mme ko lapeng o di chomi tsa gago hela? Do you find yourself doing that? Seldom. Okay, you are not so bad. At least awareness, so you need to improve a little bit and allow people to before being aware is a great start.
Thank you, Douglas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. 3500131 3500131. Duma FM dumelang Duma FM hali. Alright, ga gona mapegana. Duma FM dumelang khonne. Shapuze Brizo. Nna ke tlo go itlhophela nna gore ke a go botsa efe ke a go botsa number 7 ne. Number 7 ya re, do you fail to listen because the subject doesn't interest you? Ya go bora. Mo scaling sa 0 to 4. 0 e ra gore o dira guidance e khapetsa. Number 1 e ra gore nyame ke a dira me go se kalo. Number 2 e be nna gore nako tse dingwe. Number 3 e be nna gore ka sewelo. Number 4 e be nna gore ga inkebe ke dira jalo. Brain. Nako tse dingwe
wa se gantsi o dira yalo. The laughter, there is a message in that laughter, Brian. That message need to be discussed.
Danko Breezy.
Thank you so much.
Danko a re tse a ba le babedi ba bangwe re ba botse tse di setseng. Duma FM dumelang nkgonne dumela re teng nkgonne ke tlo go botsa number 10 a re motsa number 10 Wyllie la ke se ke arabile.
Number 10, do you finish people's sentences for them? A o helleletsa batho mafoko ga ba bua. O asuma gore o itse gore ba go etsa jang.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Thank you nkgonne.
Okay.
Thank you. A re tse o mongwe ke ona Duma FM dumelang gayo 3500131 3500131. Re batla go utlwa gore how often do you do certain things ga batho ba bua? Re batla go bona gore how much of a listener are you? Arut line number 6 Duma FM dumelang. Shapuze ke bua le mangale kae?
boy mo ha borong
Maboyeza ke tlo go botsa number 8 ne number 8 ke gore okay ntse le ho Wyllie.
Number 8 ke gore do you find it difficult to listen to somebody o bua mogopolo o sa tshwaneng le wa gago?
Motho o sa dumelane
le wena. Sometimes ha motho a sa dumelane le wena ka mogopolo.
ke ka gore ngwe fela dilo go ntse jalo o batla gore batho ba nnela ba le mo sideng ya gago wena o tjaka
a ke gore go ya wa ke ka go re disetsa ke fila go rana go o sia benta.
Thank you Auti.
Okay,
thank you. Artse wa bofelo re tle re mmotse question number 9. Okay ga yo 35001313 35001331 a re batla a le one re tle re mmotse potso ya bofelo gore ene how much of a listener is he or she re lebeletse the survey ye leng gore ene diriwa Duma FM dumelang dumela se
ra ke bitwa Lily mo France.
oh dumela mme o teng aus Lily.
Hi Lily. Hey, re teng a raba potso ye re ta gonela potso ya bo yeah. Do you jump to conclusions about what people are saying? How often do you find yourself jumping to conclusion? Gore ke a itse gore tsidiwa gore ngo bo setse o conclude le ebile o setse o switch off go mo sa batle le go reetsa.
Not that I jump into conclusions. Gore ke ipolela ela ra o setse o bua gore ke setse go ba dile gale ke edite le wena. I'm so impatient. Ha mo tla bua gore ha o bua tsene ke sa batle gore ke suta. Ba ne hela ne le example ha gore ne re lebeletse TV ra anticipate or
when you do that Lily mo teng ga gago maikutlo a ba le ha kae? Yes, upset, angry, disappointed and all these akere.
Hey, I feel disappointed.
Thank you Lily Autwa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So in average Wyllie, as we conclude this raring
this question you were trying to show people, to help people to be aware of the way they listen, that sometimes we like Lily was just saying, we rush into conclusion. The person is not saying what we were expecting or anticipating, and then because of the frustration and emotions coming into play, we decide we're not hearing this. I'm not taking this. I'm not listening to this. To a lot of extent, some people, I believe a lot of televisions were switched off yesterday. Some people just moved to another channel because they are going to, hey, alcohol still remains banned. And that just switched off a lot of young people, even adults. So, but it's not just on issues related to speech, samabana. In everyday life. Le ngwana ha go ngwana ga go ela simolla ta go wena a re mama ko sekolong ga go bata ga sennane you switch off o se uti le ngwana gore wa go heletsa a re go batiwa sennane
ai ba nela ba batla madi
ba batla madi you are concluding ya go hella go to go batiwa madi or the child may be needing something se le gore wa se tlhoka ga o se dirisa go sekolo you already conclude na ke na madi kwa and then that means we are not really listening, and in a way at the same time you're also teaching this child to listen that way. They're going to grow up and be having that same habit of listening or not listening at all. There are often times why people at times do not listen. They're looking at their own situation because but it doesn't mean that we should not be paying attention to the information that is coming out there that is supposed to help us to know what is going on, especially at the moment now that we are living in this era of COVID. It's important to really listen and hear what is being said. If what is being said is upsetting to you, after that, just go for talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a family, call Yorka 17270 and get Sidulo Maikuto. And then BNYC is also doing more than that. It's targeting banana biting 18 to 35 to say if you are experiencing any challenge out there, any challenge where you feel you need counseling, just call Yorka or just call this number that we normally are using in the radio. And then we'll contact you and we'll arrange, BNYC will arrange for virtual group counseling.
All right.
So inform monana yo mongwe al ovulelle monana yo mongwe le bolella ne go BNYC e offera tshidilo maikuto and re tshwanetse gore le indicate gore le thokana le thuso ya tshidilo maikuto.
So 76281885 morago hela ga thulaganyo ena you have metsotso e le 7 before nna ke tswa hana gore o ka bo rometse molaetsa ile gore ke katla ke molaetsa ile gore include maina ga go tingwaga le mogala gore be ke o fa walela me wa ile gore re tere bone gore re ka le thusa jang. So go pheletso mabaili where can people find you le gone gore a ba ga kolle megala ibe ka iletsa
go pheletsong banana ba ka letsa mogala o ntse mo bua wona Thabiso neo and then register gore ba bata tshidilo maikuto. BNYC wants to offer 20 young people on monthly basis group counseling virtually. At times they will communicate if it has to be physical, especially and then though there will be social distancing. It can be offered also to them physically, them being there. And then those who are far out, maybe connectivity or access virtual counseling, group, Zoom, they should indicate bata tuso ya tshidilo maikuto and then bata include your modi group. For individuals, if you need individual counseling, still indicate letter number right Thabiso antsa go bolella yone gore o file tshidilo maikuto. Apart from that, you can continue to call Yorka at 17270 and we have counselors on that helpline who are waiting to offer counseling to you from Monday to Friday 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
CDM Wyllie, thank you so much.
Next week.
Danko, emotionally and physically insane.
Stay safe. God bless.